You start school and instantly and subconsciously groups form. Attractive people generally hang out with other attractive people. Ugly people who have the same coping interests, chiefly games, hang out with other ugly people. The social hierarchy and where you fit into the picture is defined quite early in life, well before and enters the picture.
He got stuck with the D&D group.
You enter and nothing really changes. You were never included in the picture of the sex-having population anyway. You were always that weird guy who hung out with other weird people, or you were simply isolated.
You were isolated because you kept doing anime attacks in the lunchroom.
The attractive people who have long been conversing with each other logically have with each other. You go through your whole school years not getting invited to a single party, never experiencing what it feels like to dance, make out and the cute girls that you see in your class. Those girls act innocent, you'd never know what they'd done, and foolishly because you've never experienced the life that they have, you're ignorant of its existence. It's not that she hates you. No, not really. You're just considered to be a nobody, and it's expected that you'd accepted that. Is there really another choice? You just can't click your fingers and change your face or height. It follows that girls start defining the average guy as cute and tall, and whatever other markers of genetic excellence there are. Females do a good job of lumping all ugly men as non-men. The average man is tall, because non-tall men aren't considered men.
You can't be any shorter than me.
You finish high school and assure yourself that university will be the place where you thrive. But once again, everything is the same. Height starts to matter more. Women start to see men as accessories more than anything else. If you're wondering if a girl has a boyfriend or not, fear not. In the first few seconds of her speech she'll be sure to say my boyfriend. This, my boyfriend has that, my boyfriend works there, my boyfriend can do this. It becomes crystal clear that you need to be the whole package. You can't pick and choose. But there's also a problem. By this point, most people have been having for a good few years. Being a in a university environment isn't a chance to exploit an opportunity, but rather like trying to catch a running car on foot. As expected, university comes and goes. You sit there and ask yourself, I spent 3 or 4 years in an environment surrounded by young women, and I couldn't get laid, and your valuelessness starts to sink in, especially in a time where having is more normal than discussing the weather.
Have you tried socializing?
You reach your early 20s. You're out of university. You have no experience. You're doomed to work in some boring job.
Did you do anything in university?
You're probably also balding by this point and your looks are rapidly declining. Your life becomes a race against time, trying to make up for a youth that can never be made up for, because you're no longer young. Still, the appeal of a pseudo-youth life is a glimmer of hope. You find yourself taking all sorts of to save your hair, and you try to look max as much as possible with steroids, surgeries, everything.
My man chose steroids over working out consistently.
Eventually, after exhausting your chances on dating apps, you just choose to see a who is repulsed by you, and wants you to as quickly as possible.
If a hooker's repulsed by you, I can't even imagine what you look like.
It's pretty extraordinary that you could walk out of a apartment at 2 AM at 23 years old and say the experience that I just had is what people my age have been doing for 10 years, and I had to pay for it, and it felt like nothing. I missed out on a life of bonding, experiences and fun, and I'll never ever be normal. That was one of the worst feelings I've ever had, even though ironically, I had just lost my virginity.
I highly doubt you ever put on any deodorant in high school and university.
I'm financially stable, and I'm willing to provide for a woman. I'm a loving person. I'd honestly enjoy cuddling, talking, going on dates, and experiencing things together with her more than having sex. Sex to me is just something that increases bond between people. So why don't I have a GF? It's not like I haven't tried. I've literally tried very hard and failed. It's because I'm ugly. No girl will ever care about how good of a partner I'll be if I'm ugly, as there is zero initial attraction. This alone proves that attraction is 100% looks. It will not touch this, because they don't want anyone to see that there are actual nice incels that struggle. This world is unfair. If it was fair, a girl would be between my arms and we'd be kissing and going on cute dates by now.
The fact that you put so much emphasis on looks tells me that you never put on deodorant, you never shower, and you never put on clean clothes.
I see that there are short people in poor Asia like Indonesia, Philippines, and Central America like El Salvador.
I'm of Salvadorian descent and I can confirm we're short.
Honduras. On my town I see old men and adults under 1.70 easily, and I feel comfortable, but the zoomers are getting taller and taller. My nephew at 12 is my size 1.74.
Tell me about it, my little brother's almost my height.
My cope is moving to a country with shorter and ugly people in the future, so that I feel more comfortable. If I go to a nation country I will only can stand out for being a legit whitesel in the middle of rice/curricles. Today I was doing laundry in my college dorm, and I was just chilling alone in the laundry room, until I heard one of the washing machines make a noise indicating that it was done. I turned around, and on the window of the washer, I saw a wet, shriveled up pair of pink panties with a purple waistband. It got me hard as just looking at it. The juices were probably washed from it completely, but the thought of rubbing that fabric that was pressed against a young gentle Foyd's with my was hot as I suddenly felt primal urge to grab that panties, run for my life, and hide it in my dorm, so I could go furiously with it later. I mean, hey, Uncle's not entitled to Foyd's not entitled to getting their panties taken. After staring at it for a good few seconds I out, because I was scared of getting caught or someone entering the room to catch me in the act the moment I snatched that underwear. If Foyds won't have with us incels, we should force them to pay a Foyd tax, where they hand us over a monthly tribute of their used panties. That would be a good cope.
I hate you both so much.
So this is what happened. Around I think it was in early April of this year, when my dad gave me money to buy new clothes. So I went to different stores to browse different type of boxes. I like to wear kiddie boxes, meaning boxes with cool designs like superheroes, Star Wars, etc. They're usually expensive, and at Walmart, they set me back $7.50 each. So anyway, I went to Target and bought 2 Star Wars boxes for me. They were from Rogue One, I think. I went to go pay, and when the female cashier was about to scan my item, she lifted it up and giggled/laughed and called another female cashier to look at the boxes. They thought it was cute or some shit. I was embarrassed.
I mean, that is kind of an L. At the very least, you could have bought them off Amazon.
It was sort of like the time I went to Hastings and bought a movie. I went to pay, and there was a line. As soon as it was my turn, everything scanned well. They asked for my ID for the and it went through, but the cover protecting the movie wouldn't come off, and the cashier called for help, and everyone could see I was buying a since the cover of the movie was visible. I legit felt embarrassed, even though everyone watches porno.
Have you heard of the hub, my guy?
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.